Hello and welcome to Redstone Contraptions. In today's episode, I will teach you how to make a working bowling alley. So let's get right into it, shall we? First off, I will show you how it actually works, and that it actually does work. So going in, we have the aesthetics of an actual bowling alley. Now you can make this any length you want. I have made it this long because it looks like a regular bowling alley to me. Now the water streams are for speed, because if you just throw an item onto ice, it will glide along, but it won't go very fast. The water streams are there to help push it down the alley. Now, we have a ball return over here, a reset button here, gold pressure plates at the end to act as pins with redstone lamps to indicate what pins you have knocked down, and at the very back a hopper line that leads to a dispenser to act as a ball return. Now, I will provide all the information that you need to create this in the description below. For now, why don't we get started and I will show you what you need to do. So, to start, we have a blank slate. Now for the height, since there is a lot of redstone underneath, you will need a good amount of height or depth underneath the bowling alley to put all the redstone in. I have marked it out. The dimensions you need for the actual bowling alley so that you can put all the redstone in and everything is 46 long by 27 wide by 20 high, which does make a massive redstone contraption and a rather long bowling alley. You can actually make it shorter in terms of length of the alley, but for height you will need the 20 high and the 27 wide. If you can find a better way to do the redstone, that would be fine by me. This is just how I designed it. So, to get started, we will find an empty spot, and I will tower up and get the ice placed in, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so we have all the ice done. Now, what you want to do is place in your pressure plates, like so, and it is best to do it in this fashion, so that way you have gaps in between for when you put in the redstone. The gaps help in not combining the others, so when one pressure plate gets pressed, it doesn't deploy other things. Okay, so we got that in. Now, we want to make a shelf for our redstone lamps. And once I do that, I will come back and we can continue. Okay, so we got our redstone lamps in. Now, what you want to do is put in a hopper line and lead it to a dispenser off to the right side. And this will act as your ball return. And we will get to that in a little bit. But for right now, you gotta get the hopper line in. Now what the hopper line does is no matter where the balls go, it'll always put it over here into this dispenser. The dispenser will then shoot that way and we can have our ball return. Now, we want to build up a side here so that the water does not flow out when we put in the water streams. So we'll just do it like this. And we'll do it across here. Now you can make the platform any size. You can even make it as slabs. And you can make it out of wood or anything like that. Right now I'm just using stone just to help you guys out. There. Alright, so now we have our encased bowling alley. Now to make things go faster, we want to use fence posts and water streams. So let me get the fence posts in and get the water streams in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have our water in, which is really quite loud, so we'll move away. The water streams will help push it over the pressure plates and push them a little faster. Now for the ice, I am using blue ice. You could probably also use packed ice, but do not use regular ice because it will melt. And you don't want that to melt unless you're in a snow biome. If you're in a snow biome, you can use ice. But it may also freeze the water sources that you have set here as your water streams. Now, what we want to do is work on the redstone a little bit. Now, to work on the redstone, we need to put in dispensers. The dispensers will be placed underneath, like so, each pressure plate. Now, the pressure plates will actually work through the ice. And to show you, I will put in a piece of stone, sandstone, just because it was in my inventory. Press it, and it's on the ground. Now, to catch that, we want to use a hopper just down from it. And we want to hold shift, do that, but we don't want it right directly on top, because if we do, the item inside the dispenser will get sucked down by the hopper and the pressure plate won't be able to do anything. So what we want is to separate it like this. And these should be facing the other way because they are too short. We want them facing this way because of the comparator line is so short, because they just go to this one. Now, what we want to do is connect all the hoppers, and this one will be 6 down because it is the longest, and we have to do this because it has a longer comparator line up to its redstone lamp. 5, 6, oh, it's 7. This one is 7. So let me get all these hoppers in, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that we have the hoppers in, I am going to put glass around it so that way it won't spread anywhere else, and this way I can make sure that the items that are inside the dispensers go directly into the dispenser, or into the hoppers. And the reason for this is because if they go everywhere, it won't be able to indicate that a signal was read. So the best thing to do is just to cover it with glass, and it should force it into the correct hopper. Okay, so now that we have all that in, we won't be having any trouble with it shooting everywhere else. Now, what we want to do is grab some stone slabs and some stone blocks. So now, we want to put in the comparators and repeaters and redstone torches to create the redstone torch tower. That way we can turn these on. So now, we want to make sure that the comparator can read it. So we do like that. Now the comparator goes like this. Now I have to face this way because it faces the direction you are looking. So if you're looking like this, it will face towards you. So do that. And then we stick another slab, and fill in all these slabs to here. Now we want a stone like this. It will still read it, even though it's on a slab, and it looks like it won't read it at all. But so now we take the torches, stick it up, and then we go back and forth, or we can stack it up. Okay. Now once you have the torch tower in, it will now light up the redstone lamp. Because of this, we need to make sure to turn it off when the comparator reads an item. To do this, we have to line up the redstone dust in a line here, connect it into a repeater, add more redstone dust towards the torch, and when we add in an item, it doesn't power it. So we have to move this back, add the dust there, repeater there, and this turns off the redstone lamp at the top. The tower is now being powered using the comparator. If we take out the item, it turns it back on. The redstone comparator has a signal of 1, so we use the redstone repeater to extend the signal all the way to the redstone torch. The torch then turns off and does a flip of everything else, and then turns the redstone light off. So, now we just need to connect all this, and do it for the others. And I will do that in just a minute. Okay, so now we have the blocks put in, except for these bottom things here. Once we get these in, we will need to put in the rest of them. But I wanted to show you that each one is of varying heights. This is for a reason. The reason is so they don't interconnect, and it was the best way I could find to have the comparator read just one single line and turn off one redstone lamp. So, this one is just going to be comparator with the redstone dust with the redstone torch into a block, which will actually turn on the lamp. And then the rest are the same as the bottom one there. So let me get all the redstone put in, and I will be right back. Okay, all the redstone is in now, for the pins that is. We still have the collection system, and that is a very, very tricky part. So what we're going to do, we'll go over to the example over here. What we need to do is put in these hopper minecarts. These will be the reset system, so that way they can take out the item that is in the bottom hopper and reset all the lamps to their lit stage. To do that, we need pistons, 2 observers, and some powered rails with hoppers and minecarts, and a lot of redstone dust. And a lot of repeaters as well. We also have to connect it up back here to our button system. To do that, we need to make up all these lines, make up the powered rails and everything. So, I will get on that, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that we have all these lines in, now we just need to put the minecarts on. To do that, we need to just stick them right on the rails, like so. And to make a hopper minecart, you just take a regular minecart and hopper into the crafting bench or your crafting section in your area over here, and you just put the hopper above the minecart, and that puts it into the minecart. For over here onto the piston, we need to put a rail, and then the hopper minecart, and then we slowly get rid of the rail, so that way it's just on itself. I can't put it on there by itself, so let's get these in here. And if all goes well, now you don't really want to hit the minecarts after you place them on there, because they will move. So get rid of that, and that, and that, and there we go. Now I have it all set up, and I made a little boo-boo. There we go. And we come over here and do the same thing. Okay. And that should pick up all the things and make the reset work. Now, we just need to connect it up, do like that, put the repeater back in, and there we go. Now we have a connection. Now, what we want to do is put some redstone dust here, do a comparator instead of a repeater, facing towards the dust. Whoop. Which will be reading our signal. Now we connect the dust up, and if we stick a button there, we should be able to see the minecarts move. So if I can grab a hold of the button, and there they go. So they all work. And I believe if you power... Oh, we have a small problem here. And this may happen. When this happens, because it will not connect, it has to be... The minecart needs to be here. To fix that, we just take this, extend it one more block, stick a block there, grab the rail, put it there, and then remove the minecart, stick it over here, run back to the button, and make sure it all works. Perfect. And each of the minecarts is working properly now. Or that's how you make the lights reset. So when you have the items in here, if you want good number of gameplays, you want to take 64 pieces and put it into all of them and fill up these areas if you want a good long game of bowling before you have to reset all of these. To reset them, you have to come down here manually and put the blocks back in after taking them out of the hopper minecarts. So to do that, you just click on the minecart, grab them out of here, come back up here, and plop them all back in. So to demonstrate, just do this. And we'll just place 16 in here. Just to do a demonstration. Okay. The hard one is getting into that middle one, which can be rather difficult to get to. All you do is just destroy the glass, stick it in, and then just replace the glass afterwards. And they should all have something in them now, so when you go up and we take care of this, just do that. It should take care of them all. And they are constantly resetting because the minecart... Okay, that is one problem as well. The minecarts might be a bit too close, so they could be resetting them rather quickly. The reason for that problem is because they are a little too close. So to fix that, just do this. Move the redstone back just one block. And same for this one. For this one, it's a little trickier because of the way I have it set up, but it is an easy fix, and all you have to do is just extend it back just one, like so. Do like that. Put in another bar, another rail. Move the minecart back, which I can do like that. Have another one, set it there. And that moves it away from the hopper. Because it was so close, it was actually automatically grabbing. Minecart hoppers are actually rather good if you want to collect something, because they can grab through other blocks. And with that, this is pretty much done. So now if I go up to here, and so just move it back, make sure they're not anywhere near it. You want to be at least one block away on either side. So we could probably move this back just one, like so. And move this one back just like this. Like so, and it should run. Now that we have all that set up, we need to work on the ball return. The ball return is a little easier when we just use ice. So we stick one there. We go back to using the ice. We just bring it down. And we want to create a whole line all the way back to here. Now we will probably have to bring it out at some point because we don't want to interfere with this ice block. So we'll have to put the ball return right about here somewhere because of where we have the button. But we can move that over, and I'll show you how that actually works. So we'll have the ice return here, and you'll want to use the same thing that you did up here with, and I called these fence posts earlier. They were actually fence gates. But instead of fence gates, you want to use a sign. That will hold the water in place, and you can make it flow this way. And to show you that, I will get some glass. Put that there. Get a fence, or excuse me, a sign. I will get a sign. Get rid of the hopper minecart. And get some water. And I will show you how this actually works. Now, what we want to do is connect the glass. So it does like that. And then we'll want to stick a sign here. You don't need to put anything on the sign, you just need to stick a sign there. And then we'll extend the glass to about there. Now, actually we'll want to extend it just a bit farther. Like so. And then we come in here at this point. And then past the sign, you want to stick the water. Like that. And that will create a nice flow. And it looks kind of funny, but it will still flow. And then you want to do that out here, bring it out around, and put it into another hopper. And then into a dispenser. Creating a mechanism like this. And this might actually be a bit too close to this torch here. So we might have to adjust it and move it out one. And then we just add in a mechanism so it can run and dispense the items that it picks up. So what we want to do is this, bring that out, put that there, do a there, do that, and that should be what it connects to. So we want to do a comparator here, like so, turn it on, do one here, but leave it off, put some redstone there, with a block on top to make like that. And this will cause it to shoot the items that it receives out into the water stream. Okay, so now if we put things in here, and after we put all the items into it, it started firing out. Okay, so now that we have the setup all put in, you have to have a block here, block there, even though it doesn't look like it does anything. It looks like more like it cuts it off. It is actually very helpful. Also having a block underneath the dispenser is a good thing. And then if we stick the redstone dust in, it automatically fires it out. And then once you get the item stream to working, you'll want to put another one over here, same design, just have some soul sand, not soul oil. That is one of the newer blocks that has been into the Minecraft 1.16 update. But you'll want to put some soul sand down. So when you have a water bucket and you stick it in as water sources, it creates a bubble elevator. Put it into another hopper, which is a dispenser, same mechanism. You want to shoot it into soul sand, so that way it shoots up and out into your ball return. So that way you can get your bowling balls back, in quotes, and you can continue on with your game. And that is pretty much it for this design. And as you can see, it works pretty well. So we will now take some stone, come up here, and it won't return the stone to me, but I can at least do this. Use as many things as you want, and it seems to work. And there's the items there getting dispensed out. And if we press the button, it should reset everything. Alrighty. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked the video, please leave a message in the comments, and if you want to see more detail about anything that I missed, please let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!